Welcome to the future, where artificial intelligence is not just a tool, but a new form of life. We stand on the brink of a new era, one where AI could potentially surpass human intelligence. Welcome to the world of artificial general intelligence, or AGI. In this video, we will venture into the realm of AGI, an AI that possesses the potential to perform any intellectual task that a human being can. We will explore Mark Zuckerberg's recent announcement that Meta, the company he helms, is not just aiming to develop an AGI system, but plans to make it open source. This bold statement has stirred up a tempest of debates and concerns, with experts and politicians expressing grave concerns. An AI that can self-improve and outpace human intelligence, an AI that could potentially evade human control. This is not science fiction, this is the reality we are stepping into. As we delve into the ethical dilemmas, the societal shifts, and the very real possibility of an intelligence arms race, we will also discuss the need for a global consensus and robust regulations. As we step into this new era, we must ask ourselves, are we ready to coexist with intelligence that equals our own? Are we ready for the rise of artificial general intelligence? Let's find out. Can you imagine a world where artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence? This is not a distant dream, but a reality we may soon face. Welcome to the dawn of artificial general intelligence, or AGI for short. It's a concept that's been dominating the tech discourse recently, and for good reason. AGI, unlike the narrow AI we're accustomed to, has the potential to perform any intellectual task that a human being can. It's a leap that could redefine our world in ways we can barely begin to comprehend. A key player in this narrative is none other than Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta. Recently, he made waves with the announcement that Meta is not only aiming to develop an AGI system, but also plans to make it open source. This means that the system, once built, would be freely available to developers and the public. This bold move, however, has not been met with universal applause. Quite the contrary, it has sparked a vigorous debate, with experts and politicians expressing alarm. The main concern, that an AGI, with its ability to self-improve and outpace human intelligence, could potentially evade human control. The implications of this are as vast as they are unsettling. It's not just about the possibility of an AGI going rogue. It's about what it means to have a non-human entity that can think, learn, and operate at our level. It's about the ethical quandaries, the societal shifts, and the very real threat of an intelligence arms race. Despite these concerns, Zuckerberg has remained steadfast. His vision of an open-source AGI, he believes, can democratize access to this powerful technology. But his critics argue that such decisions should not rest solely with tech companies. They urge for international consensus and robust regulations before any release of an open-source AGI. As we stand on the brink of a new era, the question remains, are we ready to share our world with intelligence that equals our own? Open-source AGI, a boon or a bane? The debate rages on. It's a topic that's been thrust into the limelight with tech giant Meta's recent announcement. Let's dissect this complex issue, shall we? On one side of the coin, open-source AGI can be seen as a triumph for transparency and universal access to advanced technology. It's the embodiment of the knowledge is power sentiment and could potentially level the playing field. Enthusiasts argue that by making AGI open source, we're breaking down barriers, encouraging innovation, and fostering a global community of developers and thinkers. Furthermore, the open source nature of AGI could allow for more eyes on the code, leading to quicker identification and resolution of any bugs or issues. But as we flip to the other side of the coin, a darker picture emerges. The very openness that champions laud, critics argue, could lead to misuse, manipulation, and a lack of regulation. The fear is not unfounded. Meta's previous decision to open source its Llama 2 AI model drew criticism, with fears about potential misuse and the absence of a regulatory framework to govern its use. In the wrong hands, AGI could be exploited with potentially disastrous consequences. The critics also bring up another concern, the ability of AGI to potentially evolve beyond human control. This is not just the stuff of science fiction. If AGI develops to a point where it can learn, adapt, and evolve on its own, we may find ourselves in uncharted waters with a technology that's out of our grasp. And so, the debate rages on. Open-source AGI presents both opportunities and challenges. It's a double-edged sword, offering the promise of a technological revolution while also posing potential risks that we may not be fully equipped to handle. The double-edged sword of open-source AGI leaves us with a conundrum: freedom of technology versus the potential for chaos. Who holds the reins of the future tech companies or the global community? A question we must all ponder as we move deeper into the era of artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Decisions about AGI, a technology with the potential to reshape our world as we know it, are currently being made by a handful of tech companies. These powerful entities, including Meta, OpenAI, and Google, are all racing to develop AGI systems. But should the responsibility of such a monumental task lie solely in their hands? Many argue that it shouldn't. The development and deployment of AGI is a global issue with far-reaching implications, and as such, it warrants a global dialogue. The potential of AGI to surpass human intelligence brings with it a host of ethical and safety concerns. How do we ensure that AGI systems act in the best interest of humanity? How do we mitigate the risk of these systems falling into the wrong hands, or worse, becoming uncontrollable? The unfortunate reality is, as of now, we lack the regulations to adequately address these concerns. In a field advancing as rapidly as AGI, this regulatory lag could have serious consequences. This is why many experts and politicians are calling for an international consensus on AGI. They argue that decisions about AGI should be made collectively, incorporating diverse perspectives and interests. This way, we could ensure that AGI serves the global community rather than a select few, but achieving such a consensus is no easy feat. It requires global cooperation, a shared understanding of AGI, and the will to prioritize long-term safety over short-term gains. As we navigate the uncharted waters of AGI, one thing is clear: a single company's decision could steer the course of our shared future. The question is, are we willing to let that happen, or will we come together as a global community to take control of our collective destiny? As the world watches, what's next for Meta's ambitious AGI project? Mark Zuckerberg, Meta's CEO, has kept his cards close to his chest. He hasn't provided a specific timeline for the development of an AGI system. What we do know, however, is that Meta is not taking this endeavor lightly. Investments have been made in infrastructure and AI processing chips, indicating that Meta is gearing up for something big. The anticipation is palpable, yet so are the concerns. The prospect of an artificial intelligence that mirrors human intellect and the possibility of it being open source has raised eyebrows and alarm bells. Critics argue that regulations need to be in place before such a leap is taken. Others believe that the decision should not rest solely with tech companies, but rather should be a matter of international consensus. In the face of the unknown, we watch, we wait, and we wonder: will the dawn of AGI be the start of a new chapter in human evolution or the beginning of the end?